So we've got magnetite crystals, billions of crystals inside of our brain of magnetite. Now, animals use this all the time to navigate the planet. Birds flock south for the winter. Turtles know how to get back to their nesting grounds, right? Whales navigate the oceans using magnetite crystals. Guess what? We have them too. But we've been disconnected from them. Now, they put human beings, not that we've been disconnected, somehow a veil's been put over for us to detect it. They put a human being in an actual laboratory with a magnetic field, very strong magnetic field, and then they put the cap on his head with the electrodes to detect magnetism, and they said, oh, he's detecting it. Then they would move the field around the room, and no matter where they moved the field, they were detecting that the magnetite crystals were following the field in the brain, human brain. We still have the capability today, but we've been disconnected from it. We've got to regain it through meditation, through thoughtfulness, through research and investigation, through studying, through all these different things for what this whole expo is about, just to get back to where we're supposed to be. Okay, it's a process. When you look at the animals are in Schumann resonant frequency with the earth. They're utilizing their magnetite crystals. They're downloading, uploading information directly from the planet itself because Earth is conscious. We have the capability, and to get back in that frequency, to get back in that resonance, to get back in tune with the Earth and our inner self and the universal consciousness, it takes some thoughtfulness. To be thoughtful and mindful that it actually does exist and it's not some mystery, hokey-pokey thing, right? But it's a real thing that does exist in your body. The neural correlates of consciousness. The parts of your brain that generate self-awareness, researchers at the Allen Institute for Brain Science discovered 3 giant neurons. One of them is projected across the cortex like a crown of thorns. I wish I had a whole nother show to go into to talk about what these thorns are really about, because this is really what it's about. It has nothing to do with the other thing, but that's a whole nother show. But this is real. This is real science. This is real science. So between the neural correlates of consciousness, the neocortex, and the magnetite crystals, you now have a technological device anchored to this avatar body that allows you to upload and download information directly from space-time. That's right. Something to get excited about. So when you hear people say, I'm getting a download, sometimes people smirk at them when they walk away. No, they're getting a download. Everybody's getting a download. Anytime you go, I had this great idea for this invention. No, you downloaded it. Yeah. All information, and I mean all information, already exists in space-time. Already exists. What happens is, it exists as what? An electromagnetic frequency of what? Light. And then your neural correlates, your magnetite crystals, and your consciousness matches a subatomic frequency or a subspace frequency of that information, that data packet. And then you actually download it into your body, and if you're lucky, because everybody downloads it probably at the same time, a lot of people, but you discern it, and you're able to then regurgitate it, put action behind it, and bring it into fruition. That's how things happen. That's how things happen. So this entire realm is all about uploads and downloads. So when you hear people say that, you can't laugh at them and think they're crazy, because you're getting the same exact thing. You just didn't realize it before. This is coming from biological books, from physics books, from peer-reviewed science books. I'm not giving you stuff that came from some hocus pocus magazine about spirituality. I'm giving you real science here. You're downloading information. There's gurus that have bypassed being crippled through spinal injuries, through thought power, through the power of thought. Every single thought you're thinking right now, every thought you're thinking is generating an electromagnetic wave that's penetrating your skull bone and going out into space-time forever. Every single thought. The Akashic records, real. The Book of Life, real. Why? Because Stephen Hawking said it best. He discovered that when you go into a black hole, I guess what? I made a mistake earlier, guys. Things don't become destroyed. All information as it enters into the black hole is stored at the rim of the event horizon. So nothing is ever lost. Information can't be destroyed. It can only be transformed. All knowledge, all information that ever has been is always here and always will be here. Nothing is missing. Nothing is gone void. Nothing has been taken away from this universe. It's all here. Because I can be thinking a negative thought from up here that can then interact with your field, your biofield, and your DNA wave, your torus, and around your body that's operating in your Wi-Fi DNA can download my light wave into your body and affect you biologically, physiologically. That's how powerful thought could be. And just the opposite, you can walk through a room of people just like this, and you can directly affect every single person in the room with the power of positive thought without even saying a word. Transmitted light waves with telekinesis. These are natural innate abilities that we're supposed to have without technology. This is the disconnected DNA that they're calling junk DNA, which is not really junk. It's real powerful stuff that's still inside of your body right now that needs to be reactivated. A lot of people are getting these reactivations or these ancient memories or finding a way to go into researching and studying and meditation to tap into the abilities that we already have innately inside of our bodies. I believe that we're inside of a conscious entity, which we're calling the universal consciousness. Some call it God, some call it divine Sophia, whatever you want to call it. I believe that this is what we're inside of, and the mechanism used to generate the illusion of the third dimension is a hologram, just like your brain projects its own hologram so that you can maneuver through the third dimension. The basic understanding. The Merkaba, also spelled Merkaba, translate literally into light, spirit, body. The Merkaba symbol is a shape made from two intersecting tetrahedrons that spin in opposite directions or counter-rotating directions, creating a three-dimensional energy field. This is around the human body. And this is literally a vehicle of ascension. There are gurus that can travel the universe in these, including Thoth the Atlantean, can travel throughout the universe using one of these Merkabas. Every single cell in your body is at 0.07 millivolts of electricity. And you have 35 billion cells. Multiply that, and you're at 2.65 or so trillion volts of electricity in your one body. You're a walking nuclear explosion. Literally, every single one of us. This is where the Qigong energy comes from. This is where Reiki healing energy comes from. It's extracted directly from the cells in your body. It's not mysticism, and ain't magic and all this hocus pocus. No, it's real. When you understand how to tap into the energy meridians in your body and extract the energy directly from the cells in your body and focus them, you now have healing powers. So inside the Merkaba is this particular form, and this form is literally the source for 0 point energy. Not only 0 point energy, where we can literally power everything without plugging anything in, but also it's the form of spiritual energy that can transmit your body to anywhere in the galaxy, anywhere in the universe. Through Metatron's cube, through this technology, and tapping into this vector equilibrium, you can literally create portals and wormholes in space-time, according to some of these ancient sages like Thoth the Atlantean. Stargates is what they're talking about. If you look at the ancient texts where a lot of that stuff came from, you find they're talking about stargates. But these are all the same thing. So you have the Taurus energy field, the Sri Yantra, the Merkaba, and the aura. They're all the same thing. But to get into the Merkaba, the first thing that you have to do is you have to eat right, and this is important. Now, some people don't want to hear this, but when you're talking about creating an energetic body, it requires energetic foods. It means a plant-based diet. So if you're in the process of working on Merkaba meditation, focus on a plant-based diet for that time period. I'm not saying you got to wipe it out of your body forever, meats or whatever, but for that time period, focus on energetic foods. Focus then also on unconditional love. In order to get into a Merkaba meditation, you need to be in a mindset of unconditional love, because unless you're in the mindset of unconditional love, you're not at the right frequency.